First Term at Malory Towers by Enid Blyton. Read by Beth Eyre. Chapter 1. Off to boarding school. Darrell Rivers looked at herself in the glass. It was almost time to start for the train, but there was just a minute to see how she looked in her new school uniform. "It's jolly nice," said Darrell, turning herself about. "Brown coat, brown hat, orange ribbon, and a brown tunic underneath with an orange belt. I like it." Her mother looked into Darrell's room and smiled. "Admiring yourself?" she said. "Well, I like it all too. I must say Malory Towers has a lovely school uniform. Come along, Darrell. We don't want to miss the train your very first term." Darrell felt excited. She was going to boarding school for the first time. Malory Towers did not take children younger than 12, so Darrell would be one of the youngest there. She looked forward to many terms of fun and friendship, work and play. What will it be like? She kept wondering. I've read lots of school stories, but I expect it won't be quite the same at Malory Towers. Every school is different. I do hope I make some friends there. Darrell was sad at leaving her own friends behind her. None of them was going to Malory Towers. She had been to a day school with them, and most of them were either staying on there or going to different boarding schools. Her trunk was packed full. On the side was painted in big black letters, Darrell Rivers. On the labels were the letters MT for Malory Towers. Darrell had only to carry her tennis racket in its press, and her small bag, in which her mother had packed her things for the first night. "Your trunk won't be unpacked the first evening," she said. "So each girl has to take a small handbag with her nightie and toothbrush and things like that. Here is your 10-shilling note. You must make that last a whole term, because no girl in your form is allowed to have more pocket money than that." "I shall make it do," said Darrell, putting it into her purse. "There won't be much I have to buy at school. There's a taxi waiting, Mother. Let's go." She had already said goodbye to her father, who had driven off to his work that morning. He had squeezed her hard and said, "Goodbye and good luck, Darrell. You'll get a lot out of Malory Towers because it's a fine school. Be sure you give them a lot back." Now they were off at last, the trunk in the taxi too beside the driver. Darrell put her head out to take a last look at her home. "I'll be back soon," she called to the big black cat who sat on the wall washing himself. "I'll miss you all at first, but I'll soon settle down, shan't I, Mother?" "Of course," said her mother. "You'll have a lovely time. You won't want to come home for the summer holidays." They had to go up to London to catch the train for Cornwall, where Malory Towers was.